Dear Mom, I hope that you don't think anything bad has happened to me. I'm fighting with all of my countrymen right now. Before this war began, most of us had never seen a rigger. I'm saying rigger because I can't say the N-word on YouTube, Mom. You don't know what YouTube is yet, because, it's olden times and there's not even really any TV or anything. But all you need to know is to believe. Believe that we are fighting and overcoming every day. Some of these black guys here are pretty cool. One of them taught me how to milli rock. I'm doing my best, Mom. It's all that matters. Yours truly, Robert. And just like that, I marched onwards as a colonel, bringing my soldiers of the Union to stop the Confederates. Little did I know, they had cannons and they were gonna smoke our ass. This is my story. This is glory. Oh my God, we are about 5 minutes in and the Confederates are on the Union's ass right now. Me personally, I'm not letting any of these people do that to me, but that's just me, I guess. Bro, lucky though, because if that bullet had been, I don't know, even an inch or two to the left, he was out of here. That joint would have hit a major artery and he would have been done. Now, after the battles are over, they had black people come around and pretty much try to find out if anyone was still alive. If they were, they would get a medical help, and if not, they would take the bodies to be disposed of. This is John Rollins, played by Morgan Freeman, the GOAT. Oh, I meant to say our main character's name is Robert. He's played by Matthew Broderick. You probably didn't realize it's Matthew Broderick because he was young as hell, but it is him. Denzel Washington's also in this movie. Carrie Elway, Andre Barr, John Finn, a lot of good classic actors. Mainly Morgan Freeman, Denzel Washington, and Matthew Broderick, but that's besides the point. Now at this point, Colonel Robert has realized that this war effort is not as easy as he thought it would be. He went in with such confidence, marching straight into enemy fire, and he almost died. Bro, there's dudes in here getting their legs amputated. Imagine having to even exist during this time period and being an able-bodied man. You just gotta go to war, whether you're in the Confederate or the Union. Don't even matter. Bro in there tweaking right now. Please, my leg. Now my man Robert got stitched up and he's going back home to one of those fancy schmancy parties where all the white women are looking at him and saying how dashing he is. Oh my God, it makes my chastity belt wet. Oh my God, did they just bring this dude in a wheelchair? They had wheelchairs back then? This black gentleman right here is Thomas, one of the friends of Robert. He grew up together with him, and now he's working for his father. Now his dad brings him in, and there's a governor there, and also Frederick Douglass. Mr. Douglass, how are you, man? If it isn't my son Robert, the government's here to talk to you. Hey, what's up, Robert, man? Listen, I can use your help. So we've been thinking, right? You go get some colored soldiers, or you gonna run them? You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta think, they out here, we fighting for them. They gotta fight for themselves. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but are we even supposed to have colored soldiers fighting? Is you talking back to me, cuz? No, Governor, it's not that. Why me? I don't know, man. I just see how you interact with the colors, man. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those white guys that the colors get close to them. They probably let you say the N-word and stuff, typical stuff, like Eminem. Now at this point, obviously, his friends Thomas and his other friend, Major Cabot, they want to go with him, help him on his plight to bring black guys together and actually help them be a team and fight against people, even though they're going to get treated badly. This whole movie is about the black war effort and how they were fighting for the black people by using the black people, making them think that they were going to be important. But really, it was like manual labor, basically slavery. They also got treated bad and with prejudice. Didn't get basic necessities that other soldiers got. Like look at this. They already there. Their living quarters suck. And look at Private Tripp, played by Denzel Washington. Bro, feet is hurting bad. And he don't got no boots. It's going to become very, very important later on. Hold on to that. Foreshadowing. Bro, why is Tripp in here tripping? Tripping? My fault. Telling Thomas he got to move over. He even messing with the drummer boy in there that's clearly mute. Bro, why is he such a troublemaker? Man, can't you see that he mute, man? Man, what you mean he mute? Like he can't hear. God, bro. Wish I ain't have to hear your ass right now, honestly. Shut your goofy ass up, man. In here with these fat glasses on. Thinking you one of them. Bro, look at these living conditions that they in. They got them all jam-packed like sardines right now. Eating God knows what that is. Now, Major Cabot is talking to Thomas, but Robert feels like he's fraternizing. This is going to be a very repeated thing in this movie. Thomas is friends with them, so obviously there's some bias there, but they got to treat him bad because if they don't and they fraternize with him, quote unquote, all the other soldiers will get demoralized and feel like they are not being treated fairly. And that's a problem. You don't want infighting when you literally need them to be together. So Robert is trying to teach them how to be men, be real soldiers. So we get some help from this douchebag right here. Bro, I hate this guy, bro. This whole movie, all he does is talk crazy to him. Treat him like shit. Bro is Irish, by the way, so you know that they are kind of assholes. I have an Irish friend and he calls me every single time he talks to me. Now, you know, obviously there's a bunch of different issues going into a situation like this where you have white soldiers, black soldiers fighting against the Confederacy. And the first one is this. My man Robert that same night got a proclamation from the US government stating that any black soldier will be put immediately into slavery. And any white soldier that's seen with them will get in trouble also. This is kind of bad because obviously the white soldiers are thinking, you know, I'm fighting for these black guys and I'm going to end up getting murdered or go to prison because of it. And the black guys are like, man, do I really want to have to return to slavery immediately? No. So they're sitting here and they're both feeling like, oh, what should I do? Maybe I should run. Maybe I should flee. Wait, running and fleeing is the same thing, Sin. Get your act together. Or maybe, just maybe, I should show them that I'm a man, a real man. And that's exactly what happens as Robert wakes up the next day and realizes that not a single soldier has left. They're all there, ready to fight for themselves, ready to show glory. You get it? That's the movie name. All right, my fault. The only problem is Thomas can't keep up. He feels like the Irish guy is being an asshole to him, but in reality, Thomas is just, you know, kind of behind. Sucks when you think about it. But what else is he supposed to do? I mean, he's trying his hardest. His hardest just happens to be weaker than everybody else that's there. If I was Thomas, I would have fled. I ain't gonna lie. I literally would have left the night that the proclamation came in. Oh, I gotta go back to slavery. I'm a free man. Oh, time to go home. But it's commendable. I give him a lot of respect for actually staying, being a soft ass bit. All right, my fault. But anyways, look at this scene right here. Now, all these soldiers finally get guns. And they have to practice shooting the guns because, I mean, they don't really know how to shoot guns. Well, some of them do because they got the practice, you know, hunting squirrels, all types of stuff. But they're playing, bro. This is life or death. And Robert's seen plenty of it. They don't seem to understand it, though, and that's the problem. So he's teaching them a real lesson. Hey, man, you're a pretty good shot. Hey there, boss. You know, I do my thing there, boss. You should squirrel fight and all that, boss, you know? Okay. Well, load your weapon up. Load it up. Quicker. A good man can fire 3 shots in a minute. 3 good shots too, bro. Ain't no bullshit. I ain't talking about no BBL shots. And the way that Robert is trying to teach him is by simulating a battlefield, having him load his gun to shoot properly while there's a bunch of bullets shooting right next to his ear. Oh, this man is going through it right now. Bro hearing more shots than a brothel on a Saturday. Yo, is this dude practicing his swordsmanship on horseback by cutting watermelons? Hey, yo, this dude is racist. Anyways, Major Cabot comes to talk to Robert and he's discussing with him that he feels like he's taking this stuff a little bit too bad. He's taking this stuff a little bit too serious, treating the men badly. But really, Robert is just trying to prepare them for what the reality is. The harsh reality that they are in a war and that they could die like that. Bro, the rate at which these people die in armed combat during this movie is crazy, and I'm sure that that's just how it was back then. Now, obviously, this man Cabot isn't taking that to heart. He thinks that this is a game or something. Bro, this ain't no game. I'm trying to make these men men. And that's exactly why he's using Sergeant Marcani, man. But the problem is everybody else hates him. Like, look how he treats this man Thomas right here. He got this dude crying trying to talk to Robert. Even Tripp think that he's wilding out. Well, you got my man Tripp saying somebody tripping. You know they is. They don't got anything, bro. They getting treated badly. They don't have boots. They feet are falling apart. This man Tripp even talking about sneaking out to go get some food. But really, he has ulterior motives. And we're gonna see it very soon. Dear mother, news today at the defeat at Fredericksburg. Man, we going through it right now. All of the soldiers are not being really fed well. The boots are torn and tattered. Their feet resemble that of that one girl, Shaniqua, I was with that one time. I know it's Christmas time, Mom, and I know I just brought up that girl Shaniqua, but I'd like something else black wrapped up under the Christmas tree this year. Maybe a different broad. One with one of those big black derrieres. You know how I like it. Anyways, Mom, talk to you soon. Your loving boy, Robert. Hey, man, why are you talking out loud, cuz? You're not even writing a letter right now. You just walking around talking. Man, shut up, Thomas. And now you gonna tell me shut up because you crazy. Man, whatever, man. Merry Christmas, bro. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, now we're at this Christmas party where all these white soldiers and people of like higher authority are at. And my man is in there pleading his case, telling the guy that is responsible for these different items that they're supposed to be giving to the soldiers, that his soldiers, his black ones at least, need boots. And he's saying that they have to prioritize boots for actual fighting soldiers, which just also happen to be white men, which is clearly some bullshit, but you know, it is what it is. Now, you remember earlier I told you Tripp was thinking about sneaking off, but he had ulterior motives. Well, we find out that the reason why he snuck off is because he's trying to get some boots because his feet are literally falling apart. Bro, feet look crazy. Like he need a manicure, a pedicure, bro. He need all types of shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he needs something. His feet with a pressure washer. God damn. Now, because he snuck off, a superior officer has to whip him in front of everyone because he's black. And that's what they do to people that run off when they're black. They would do the same thing to him if he was a slave. He would run off and he'd come back and probably get whipped or, you know, worse, hung or end up getting killed. But I guess here, at least he doesn't have to die because he's a soldier. He does, however, get the whip in front of everyone to the point where one tear comes out of his eye. You know he's in pain. Now, at this point, Robert is fed up. He doesn't really know what to do. So he goes to Major Rawlin and he asks him straight up, man, it'd be a good help, bro, if you could just tell me, you know, what your people need. Like, what's going on with y'all in your campus there, you know? Man, we need shoes. Shoes, sir. What you mean shoes? Man, the men need shoes. And I know I've been after him. No, now, sir. Now. And that boy Trip went off trying to find some shoes. He wants to fight same the rest of us, but he can't. Motherfucking feet look crazy. And then they go pull the shoes off of this dude Trip. And oh my God. And are all the rest of the men's feet like this? Yeah, most of them. So they decide to go to the guy that has the items. And oh Lord. Man, good afternoon, Robert. What's going on, man? What you need? Man, stop playing with me, cuz. I need shoes. 600 pairs, bro, for my men. My black men. Man, come on, man. You know I can't give you no shoes because they black. Man, I'm not trying to play with you, cuz. What, you want me to report your dumb ass? Bro, I should stick a stick in you and make a shish kebab out of your fat ass. Stop playing with me and get my dudes some shoes. Or we gonna come back here every day and blow New Jersey up. Oh, this motherfucker think he Chief Keef? Well, it worked. They went and yelled at him, and that's exactly what happened. They got their boots, which they needed, clearly, because, I mean, you saw that guy's foot. Looked like necrosis or something. My God. Well, we got the boot problem out of the way, but now we got news about the payment for the black soldiers. Oh my God. I can't believe that they even got to go through this. Now, you man that listen to this residence, man, that you'll be paid a regular army wage of $13 a month. You know what I'm saying? But this morning I find out, since you were in the color regiment, that you getting $10, not $13. Man, that ain't fair, cuz. Man, where's you going, boy? Man, $10 is a lot, man. I'm gonna get my money. Oh, so y'all just gonna give up and, oh man, y'all some hoes, man. About to go get this money, man. And if you get shot and die, you gonna get shot and killed, but less money than a white soldier, man. Man, fuck that, we boycotting this shit, huh? Now, at this point, they realize that they're gonna have to boycott or they're not gonna get the money that they're owed. Shit, $3 more is a lot of money. Think about it. $10, a third of that is $3. That's a whole lot. Let's find out how much money this was. Now, this was around 1860. You know, between 1860 and like 1865, this is like the Civil War. But a dollar back then was about 30, let's say $39 in 1860. Let's say $35, okay? So $3 is the equivalent to another $105 a month or $1,200 a year in today's time. They were getting paid $455 a month. That is nothing. For that extra 105, they needed that, cuz. And because of that, Robert said that none of them were taking money until they got paid what they are owed. Now they're on their way back home, bro. And they realize that in this moment, that Rollins is a real nigga. And that he needs a promotion. So they make him major, which is crazy because he's the first non-commissioned black officer to have a promotion. It's a huge deal, something different. He came marching in home with stripes on. That kind of is crazy, and it's going to create a bad dynamic because, I mean, obviously the white soldiers that are beneath him are going to feel like he's not really the commanding officer. Like he doesn't have any power. Man, they done pulled up and they encounter slaves that got freed. Bro, they are happy. So I don't blame them. Imagine being a slave your whole life and then some Yankees pop up and save your dumb ass. Kind of messed up though when you think about it, because it's going to create this like white savior complex. In some ways, I'm like, man, you know, these people are really fighting for black people, bro. At the end of the day, they're fighting for slaves. I respect it. It's commendable. On the other hand, it's going to create a dynamic where it's like for many, many years to come, they're going to feel like they're indebted to these white men. And then, you know, that could end up bad. Not saying they all had bad intentions, but if you feel indebted to them, Lord knows what they make you do. Hey, man, I want you to have a orgy with me and 13 guys. Man, no, I ain't doing that, cuz. Come on, bro. I saved you from slavery, bro. Damn, this motherfucker did save me from slavery. Oh, my God, cuz. See what I'm saying? I don't know why I came up with a 12-man orgy, but that's besides the point. Anyways, they done met the other soldiers that came from different areas, and they realized that they are going to come together and they're going to go on a little scouting mission to collect resources. But what's really going to happen is that they're going to pillage a city, but you know, that's besides the point. So they pull up in Darien, Georgia at this point. Now they pull up to this city, bro, and they literally get to smoking shit. Now the leader of these other black soldiers from the South, you know, they literally think that they're riggers, you know, they're N-words, they're monkeys, apes, animals. And I mean, look at them. They're kind of acting like it, going all wild. Like, I mean, look at this dude right now, bro. Why is he attacking this lady like that? To the point where he ends up getting shot. Now, I mean, it's messed up because she's a white lady, and that's the only reason that his commanding officer shot him. But also, did Shorty really have to say, rigger soldiers, rigger soldiers? Probably not. I'm just saying. Anyways, none of that matters. What does matter is he tells this dude, Robert, to tell his men to set the place on fire. And of course, Robert's like, no, I'm not going to do it. Then he's like, you have to. That's an order from your commanding officer. And if you don't listen to me, you're going to get a court martial. Kind of messed up when you break it down. But I mean, what is you supposed to do? Say no and then have to go to court? Now, at this point, Robert's writing home and telling his mom how they basically are just using the black people as, manual labor. Kind of sucks. They got their blue jackets, their guns, and everything. And for what? They can't even fight. This man Trip wants to fight so bad that he ends up arguing with white soldiers about it. Man, why don't y'all go back to where y'all came from and let us do the real fighting, man? We're gonna do it real different, you feel me? Now, this dude Trip is, he's pretty mad. Messing with Thomas again. And my man, John, is not having it. Ends up slapping him in the mouth and tells him that he needs to get his act together. That he's acting like what these white people think he is. Like a rigger. Which, I'm conflicted in this moment because it's like, okay, Trip is tripping. All right, I hate that. But what John is doing is, kind of, in a way, pandering to what white people would want to see. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying that his advice that he's giving is wrong, right? He's telling them to chill out because you're basically being this primate, this animal, this black N-word that these white people see you as. And then when you perpetuate these stereotypes, nothing good is going to come of it. I understand that. But also, it's like, man, come on, bro. Don't take the culture out, my guy. You feel me? Trying to basically tell him to be a good one. Like, man, I'm not trying to hear that. I like how rebellious Trip is, bro. Reminds me of myself. Not listening to no authority figure, especially if I know that what they're telling me is wrong. So my man Robert, he understands at this point that these guys are becoming restless. They want to fight. So he goes to his commanding officer and he basically tells him, let us fight or there's going to be problems. And by problems, I'm going to report the fact that you guys are pillaging cities and keeping the things to yourself. Now, I know that y'all don't want me to end up telling on y'all, so do right by us or there's going to be problems. So he puts a command in and these guys get to have their first fight. Oh my God, look how they lit him up. Okay, hold on now. Now, the only problem is they started celebrating a little bit too early because the rest of the Confederates ended up coming back and they lighting shit up off Bucks. Now, look how stupid fighting was, bro. Motherfuckers just reloading and shooting at each other at will. And they're basically just walking straight into fire, bro. No strategy, no nothing. It's like they're playing bingo and it's like, oh, I guess the luckiest man wins. And then it gets to the point where they're actually doing some infighting. No more shooting at each other, straight hands and bayonets. Now, during this fight, my man Thomas, Trip, all of them did their thing. I ain't gonna lie. But my man Thomas ended up getting shot. And Robert wants him to go home. But obviously, Thomas is like, man, I'm a grown-ass man now. I ain't going back. And don't make me go back, man. And promise me that you won't send me back. I ain't going back to Boston. That guy. And honestly, I don't think I blame him. Now, even though they went through this and Thomas is being a grown man and not going back and, Trip was in there fighting, doing his thing. The good thing about all of this is that they did win their fight. They won their first battle. And because of that, they want this man Trip to carry the flags for him. But bro doesn't want to do it. Man, I ain't carrying your shit, man. I've been wanting to say something, sir, man. All right, so hear me out. See, I ain't fighting this war for you, sir. You feel me? Like, I'm fighting for us. You know what I mean? Like, so what's the point? Like, ain't nobody gonna win anyway. What you mean ain't nobody gonna win? Somebody gonna win. Yeah, but at what cost though, man? It don't mean nothing. Like, what are we winning? To not go to slavery? I guess. Or then we gotta go home and we're broke and poor and we're black. Ain't nobody finna hire us. We ain't gonna get no good jobs. We making $13 a month here, man. I'll be lucky if I make $13 a year back home. Now they end up going to Fort Wagner at this point. And they talk about how it's superly fortified and how they're gonna have to make a distraction to even get reinforcement through a breach to have a chance of stopping them. That whoever goes first, the casualties are gonna be extreme. And for some reason, this man Robert suggested that him and his platoon go do it. All of his black soldiers. Why are you making them go first knowing that the casualties are gonna be high? I can only feel like this is by design, man. Like there's no way that this man Robert wasn't thinking to himself, yo, these black dudes, they can be casualties for the white man. Like, there's no way he wasn't thinking that. Like, bro told him straight up, all of y'all gonna die, whoever goes. And your dumb ass like, well, shit, me and my motherfucking 54th regiment, we gonna do it. Putting these black dudes in harm's way. Something wrong with his ass. But now all the black dudes is back at camp and they having a kumbaya moment. Talking about how they about to go in there and fight tomorrow. Motherfucker
praying, talking about Jesus is gonna be with me if I die. Man, you are gonna die. That's the thing. None of y'all are surviving. And look at these black dudes, bro, feeling like they honored to do it. Man, I can't believe this shit. Now, the rest of this movie pretty much made me mad. I'm gonna go through it and explain it, but I just want y'all to know. I'm gonna say it. Trigger warning. Because the rest of this movie is some bullshit. Man, they got Morgan Freeman preaching. You know y'all about to die tomorrow. Man, we asked the motherfucker Jesus be with us tomorrow, man. You feel me? Like me, Jesus, we go way back. Like ribs on the Cadillac. I mean, Cadillacs aren't made yet, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, Trip, say something to the boys, man. Hey, man, you know, tomorrow we about to go fight and shit, cuz, and, I ain't never had no family and all that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all my family, you know what I'm saying? They killed my mama, you know what I'm saying? My dad, he ran off, went to go get the milk. He ain't never come back. I'm just saying, man, this feel funny, man, but listen, man, I just, y'all the only real family I got, man. And, man, I love the 54th, you know what I'm saying? Not from 52nd or from 53rd, I'm from 54th, you feel me? I feel like King Von right now. Y'all all I got, man, shit, man. Let's go out there tomorrow and do our best, and hopefully we can make it home. And by home, I mean heaven, bro, because we are going to get smoked. Now, all of these soldiers are suiting up, bro, getting ready to go handle business. It's a sad reality, man. I'm just saying. So they go marching, bro. And I mean, the rest of this movie is how I said it. They took some casualties getting to like a little dip and hid there until night. They tried to use the cover of nightfall to get to the fort, and it didn't work. They all got smoked, bro. Literally everybody, even Robert. Every single one of them died. Now, they say in the movie it set the precedent for, you know, things to come, and that, you know, it let Lincoln put 180,000 soldiers into the war. But if you really think about it, what happened was he realized that, you know, fighting wasn't an honor. It's actually dangerous, and that they'd rather send all the black soldiers in first because they're more disposable. So those 180,000 soldiers, yeah, they volunteered to help because they're trying to help free the slaves, free black people from oppression. But really, they're signing themselves up for a death wish. Because once they realize, hey, we can just send all these black dudes in to do all the hard stuff because most of them are uneducated and we'll be able to manipulate them, they just realize that they're going to start doing it all the time. This is actually terrible for black people. But what do I know, right? I wasn't alive back then. I'm sure a lot of you are going to say, yo, Sin, you don't know how things went. Like, you might think that things was like that, but you don't know that. And you know what? I don't know that 100%, but it's exactly what it seems like to me. Anyways, the movie ended with them dying and a bunch of sad music playing. I told you guys you needed a trigger warning because that's very depressing. My God.